James, welcome to Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy.
Hey boys, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, big day for the Roosters on Sunday. Love what the club is doing around the second annual emergency services match. Now, I just got to go straight to the crunch because I said I would ask you, have you had any dialogue with New South Wales coach Laurie Daley before or during this Origin series? Has there been any phone call that he's just rung to say, how you doing? Or what do you think? Has there been anything?
Nah, I haven't had any conversations with Laurie, so that's I knew that I wasn't really in the mix. I know that a lot of people were talking about that, but for myself, I was just putting all my energy into the Roosters, and I think that's what's been really clear for me, just to go out and play footy and not have to really worry about that external pressure. So I know there was lots of talk about it, but I was never really thinking I was a chance, to be honest.
Teddy, but you are playing fantastic footy. Do you feel that? Like, do you feel like you're playing as good as you ever have? And we've said it a number of times that, 2019 when you won the Dally M's, you were the number one player in the game, and you've kept that standard up. But this year, even better than last year. Like, how do you feel, Ted?
I appreciate it, Brandy. Mate, for myself, I think obviously I always work hard, always look after my body and my mentality. I know that's never really going to change, but I think I've just been really clear. My footy has been a different sort of approach for me as a leader, because we've lost a lot of leaders from last year, a lot of experience, and we've also had a lot of young guys come through, which I've been so pumped with how they've been going. I mean, these boys are, 10 games in their NRL career, and they're absolutely killing it. So for me, it's been about just leading by example, and I think that's really shown in my footy. But I've also I think maybe years gone by, I've probably tried to do too much and trying to really take control, where I've let these young guys just go and play, and then I can just really focus on my job and my footy. I think that balance has been really good this year.
James, just on the promotion of the Roosters game, by the way, you've been alerted to the fact New South Wales Ambulance has 4 tickets available for Ambos for the game, the Roosters, if you go onto their website. So, again, honouring servicemen and servicewomen in that field. Tony says on the text line, James, we love you and we miss you, from the blue jersey. Now, James, can I seriously ask you, are you over the disappointment? Do you miss it? I mean, Origin is such a big thing.
Did you watch it last night, Ted?
It's a monster.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You're still invested in it?
Mitch. I had a few mates over. Mitch come over as well. We watched it together. To be honest, I think this year, I think maybe last year watching, it was hard because I wanted to be there, and I felt like I was playing good footy. This year, I felt more relaxed watching it. I haven't felt like that sort of anxiousness and nervousness to be out there. I mean, obviously, I would love to be. That's the pinnacle. Playing and winning an Origin game is the best feeling ever. But there's also just so much mental and physical stress that goes on with it, and I haven't felt that this year. I felt nice and relaxed, just enjoying the game as a fan, as a New South Wales supporter. So, it was cool watching it last time with Mitch. Just us sort of talking about the game and how each team's playing. So, I'm really happy, like in a great space at the moment. Just enjoying watching that arena and then putting all my energy into the Roosters.
You know what it's like to be on the end of a penalty count when it just doesn't go your way. In New South Wales, it was tough going for them in the first half.
Yeah, it was. It's hard to win an Origin game when you have that many penalty counts against you, and that Queensland have all the possession and all the ball. But we fought back. We pretty much put ourselves in a position to win the game at the end, just through equal field position and possession. But you just knew. I know New South Wales was so dominant game 1, but you knew it wasn't going to be the same story in game 2. It was always Queensland was always going to play a better brand of football, and obviously some penalties help and give them field position, but they made the most of those opportunities. Credit to them, but it was a great fight back by New South Wales. Once they started to get a bit of momentum, a bit of ball, we got so much quality in that team to score points. So, yeah, it was a great game in the end.
Just looking, so Roosters, Cowboys, just checking, it's been alerted to me on the text line, referee Ash Klein. You won't be having a chat with Ash before the game to see how you're going, Ash. How's your week been? Anything changed? Do you have any conversation there pre-match? How you going? Maybe take him some flowers or chocolates or an apple or something?
Always try to be nice and polite to the refs. That's always my goal. Sometimes that doesn't always happen. You get a bit frustrated in the heat of the moment. But, mate, Ashley's always always a nice and fair referee, I'm going to say. So looking forward to having him on Sunday.
Ted, how would you sum up the Roosters season? And I'll just say, right from the start, you got beat. You have 50 points put on you in round one by the Broncos.
Yeah.
Lots of young players. You've mentioned, and some of those, Sandon Smith, Hugo Savala, Celesi Fiketti, Blake Steep, like we've said, Blake Steep, he looks like an Origin player. Would you say one of your greatest wins was the Sharks a month ago without all those, the Origin boys?
Yeah, I think it probably the start of the year, obviously, against Penrith, when we had all of our boys out, and then we had, I don't know, we were long odds to win that. We dug deep with all the young boys and had a good win, and then the Sharks one as well. Similar, Sharks have been, they're a top 4, top 5 side, and we had all our Origin players out, a few injuries as well, and, we fought hard to win. I'm so happy with how we're going. I know we're just teetering in the 8 at the moment, but we've had so many opportunities to win games against the top sides. Bulldogs, we were in it to the end. We probably felt like we should have won that. Canberra as well, felt like we should have won it. And we're just still learning. These guys are still learning the week in, week out grind of first grade. And these guys are going to be such good footballers. Steepy, he's played 15 games. Leslie, 15 games. Yep. These guys in 2 or 3 years are going to be superstars of our game. So
Robert
even
Toyer.
Bobby Toyer, he's enough.
Robert Toyer.
He's one I said, mate, you're going to be one of the best centers in the game in a couple of years, and then a couple of weeks later he's playing Origin. So yeah, the development of these guys is so good. I love sort of mentoring and passing on my experience and knowledge to these guys, and again just giving them the confidence and belief to go and play. So I feel like we still haven't hit our straps yet, so that's coming, and I'm looking forward to leading that.
There is so many storylines around the Roosters this year, because at the other end of the spectrum, you've got someone like Daniel Tupou. At the age of 34, Tupes just doesn't, he just keeps on keeping on. Daniel Tupou is he's a marvel. He's
he doesn't.
And then you've got Mark Nawaqanitawase, who's incredibly skillful and big and powerful.
It's probably the most connected team I reckon we've had in probably since 18-19, where we're just such a tight group of boys, and that's shown on the field. We're just playing for each other, whether you're Toops, who's been there for 15, 16 years, or these guys who are just starting their career this year. It's just a great balance and great energy around the group, and it's shown in how we're playing. We probably haven't put together our best 80-minute performance yet, and that's what we're building towards, but the building blocks are right there. Our defence is in a good spot, and I know we're going to keep improving. So yeah, I love Toof. Toof doesn't age. He can keep going another 3-4 years and still play the same years.
You've answered one of our texters, Con's question there about you need to find that 80 minutes. He says, what's the key contributing factor in the Roosters not being able to put together a full 80 minutes? Well, you're building up towards that performance. And that's the good thing, to suddenly find yourself in the 8 this week going into the round, and there is big improvement still to come on the side. I think you'll find it. I don't think you go backwards from here. Everyone suddenly becomes available out of Origin, and all these blokes have had that experience along the way. They are really good signs.
Yeah, well, we've got this week, and then we've got a bye. So it's obviously a big game for us this week. Going into the bye, it'll be 4 points over the next couple of weeks, and then the Origin boys are out for one more game. But it's obviously a tough period for most teams during Origin, but if we can get through this, unscathed and have the boys fit and healthy for the end of the year, I really like our chances at really building some good wins and heading towards that top 4, top 8.
Now, no Luke Keary. So who's the golfing group, Ted? Have you had time to have a hit through the season?
The young boys love a hit. Hugo and Sando, they're good golfers. Yeah, we actually went away last week. We had the bye, so we went to Sunny Coast and we played about 3 rounds of golf up there.
Oh, beautiful.
So we had about seven of us go up. So, yeah, Chatty obviously loves his golf.
Yep.
Yeah, Zach Docker, Clay, Rads. Yeah, we had a great crew.
Very good, James. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. Always popular, plenty of texts there. But plug again for Sunday. It's more than just rugby league this weekend. It's a 4 o'clock game, Roosters and Cowboys. But what the Roosters are doing around that, and the focus, the main driver of the day, the New South Wales Rural Fire Service. They'll take centre stage. It was the New South Wales Police Force last year, but there'll be a special pre-game show paying tribute to their outstanding service and unwavering dedication, and all the activations around the ground. Get there early, folks, from a 1:15 if you want to get there to Allianz on Sunday. James, keep well, keep up the great form. We're loving watching you play this season.
Good on you, Ted.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate it. Cheers.
You know, Michael, doctors say a proper breakfast includes eggs, bacon, and breakfast with Vossy and Brandy. So get your daily fix through our socials and listen live on SEN Radio.